Hello, YouTube. When the pyramids were built in Egypt, according to official history, which I do not believe, stone idols were sculpted in the valleys of the Middle Yenisei River in Siberia, many of which have survived to this day. I will talk about an ancient civilization that existed in the 3rd millennium BC, or before Common Era, on the territory of modern Khakassia. Republic of Khakassia is a republic of Russia located in southern Siberia. It is situated between Krasnoyarsk Krai to the north and the Altai Republic to the south. Khakassia is Russia's smallest region, but is also one of Russia's undiscovered historical gems, considered to be a mecca of archaeological discovery within Siberia. Learn about South Siberian archaeological culture and its representatives who knew metallurgy and skillfully processed stone. And you will hear about mystical statues and hypotheses of their true purpose, and disputes about this have not subsided to this day. And then we will visit the Incas in South America. You see, at the beginning of the Bronze Age, the South Siberian culture of livestock farming arose, and it is commonly called Okunevskaya. In memory of it, mysterious stone idols and slabs with fantastic animals, sacred signs, and symbols depicted on them have come down to our days. Historians attribute these stone statues to the end of the 3rd, beginning of the 2nd millennia before Common Era. The Okunevts not only applied the image to the stone, but also tried to give it volume. And to make their work easier, they found stone blocks of elongated shape. The material was mainly sandstone, common in Khakassia, as well as harder granite. Most often, after processing the stone, the statue acquired a columnar shape and reached 3 to 4 meters. In the center, the face and silhouettes of mythical or real-life animals were carved. High stone idols and slabs with applied images of the so-called Okunevskaya archaeological culture. These works were created about 4,000 years ago on the territory of the Minusinsk Basin in Khakassia. The images of the Okunevts were quite bizarre. 3-eyed disguises, masks, people crowned with horns and sun-shaped crowns. Researchers associate the veneration of the sun with the enormous importance that annual cycles had to do in the welfare of Okunev cattle breeders. The stones have complex graphic compositions of straight and rounded lines and images of animals, reflecting the structure of the world. The lines dissecting the disguises also reflect the division of the world into levels and parts. Sacred symbols were also present on the stone statues. For example, some scientists believe that the solar sign is not only a symbol of the sun, but also a kind of map showing mountains and the cardinal directions, and others see it as a collective image of the universe. The idol of the Okun culture in Khakassia and the Great Inca Deity Viracocha have common similarities. Not only are the two main cult idols very similar to each other, a solar crown, 2 snake-like rods on the sides, even facial expressions show something in common. So the idea of the universe of the two cultures is divided into 3 worlds. It is curious that the inhabitants of southern Siberia 4,000 years ago, or about that time, believed in a 3-level world, as did the overseas pre-Columbian people of the Andean region. However, these worlds have differences in detail. But again, this is only what has been recreated on the basis of known today archaeological facts. According to the official Inca religion, there are three universal levels of the universe. The upper Hanan Pacha, under which people, animals, and plants live in the middle Kai Pacha, and the lower Utsu Pacha, where the deceased and those who are to be born are located. Kai Pacha and Utsu Pacha, our world and the underworld, communicate through Pakarin caves, springs, mines, craters, and lakes. So it's interesting that according to legend, the founder of the Inca state of Tuantinsuyu was Manco Capac, a legendary ruler who is believed to have descended from the sun god Inti and the moon goddess Mamaquilla. According to other hypotheses, he descended from the god Viracocha or came from the waters of Lake Titicaca. There are many hypotheses of Manco Capac coming to power. According to one of them, he was created by the god Inti together with his brother Pacha Capac and sent to earth together with other brothers and sisters in order to found a temple in honor of the father, the son god Inti. On the earth, they incarnated in a cave while moving through the caves to the site of the foundation of the temple of Cusco. One of the brothers, Manco Capac, turned into stone. In another account of this legend, they were incarnated from the lake Titicaca. Inca mythology is directly related to cosmology, since each science reflected a certain celestial body or phenomenon. This is reflected in many legends, where at the creation of the world, celestial objects descended into the ground and then came out again from rocks, caves, springs, that is every huaca. From them, according to the ideas of the Incas, various people came out. And by the way, experts in astronomy there were so-called philosophers or amautas. They were also astrologers. In particular, thanks to them, it was possible to collect information on this Inca mythology. Now, the myth of the Okunev culture talks about the division into three worlds. The top one is made in the form of a bird's beak. In the middle part, there are images of one or more anthropomorphic creatures, and the bottom one is an open mouth of a snake facing down. The most studied monuments of this culture, the so-called Okunevsky stela, are anthropomorphic stone sculptures several meters high. Experts consider the Okunevs to be the Siberian ethnic group most closely related to Native Americans. Very interesting. So what I think is this. There was a visitation to our planet millennia ago, as well as much earlier visitations, millions of years ago. And we have been finding traces in archaeological excavations and in mythology of different tribes, ethnicities around the world. Science doesn't have to accept them. We study them nevertheless, and it's very interesting. Of course, it doesn't deny the rise of powerful terrestrial civilizations, but I suspect some had a helping alien hand. My channel has several videos on the subject. Ancient Minoan civilization, ancient Egypt, ancient India, Sumer, ancient China, the Americas, and more. So the ancient inhabitants of Khakassia and Peru, for instance, experienced celestial guests who impressed them, educated them, and were depicted in their myths, rock paintings, stone statues, and so forth. And I will bring you more information about interesting archaeological discoveries, especially in Eurasia, but also in Africa, in South America, and other parts of the world. I want to thank you for your attention to my work, and thank you for those who support me. And if you can support my research, I will really appreciate it. You can find the links in the description to this video. Please kindly tell others about my channel. Please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again.